YouTube. I guess this is just going to be my end of 2018 rambling and try and fill in what I've been doing for the past 6 months or so. And there's just a very few couple new tools I'll show in here, and hopefully I try and remember and cover everything that's been going on. I guess first I want to start with my international toolbox here. Still love it, no problems. You know, just about a year and a half of ownership now. But the latest news is SPG International has went out of business. They filed for bankruptcy last month, and the short version is, I'm going to try and put the PDF. I'll attach it as a link. But SPG was a supplier to some of the Home Depot Husky boxes and also Sears Craftsman. And I guess Husky was stepping away. The ones they made in Husky brand, I guess, weren't very hot sellers at Home Depot. And I think everyone knows what's going on with Sears right now. They're not doing too well as a company. And they tried to find a buyer, and it didn't happen. So SPG International has closed their doors as far as I know, and this toolbox and my smaller one over there as well are no longer available. I'm not worried about people, I read some people, you'll never be able to get slides or what parts do you need for a toolbox? Before this one, I've had 3 other stack combo toolboxes, and I've never once needed a part for any of them. So, I'm not worried about it collapsing or drawer slides failing or anything else. But SPG's gone. I mean, how would you like to get that news too, right? I mean, it's never a good time to lose your job, but, a month before the holidays, I feel for those people. That sucks. There's no other way of putting it. And so I guess next we'll just kind of got a couple new things. This infrared thermometer. This was an Amazon purchase. Let's see if that'll focus in there. You can see the brand. It wasn't, expensive at all. So that's that. And the other new things that I can think of I got is these Orbis pliers. I actually bought these back in July very cheaply on Amazon. The most I paid for any of them was just over $9 a pair. And I mean, some of these, like these, right there, you see the size of these things? These were like $7.99 when I bought them. And very soon afterwards, they were either $60 or $75 a pair. And I'm not fast enough, to do those deal alerts like many guys do. And that was another pair. These wire strippers. Small pair of dikes here. I guess mini combo, they're kind of linesman type, I guess. These were all like dirt cheap though. I couldn't believe it, how cheap they were. Big nippers, again, less than $10 for these. Orbis is a division of Nepix. So I don't know if they're made in the exact same factory. Or what is... Oh yeah, here's another pair of needle nose. And another long pair. And I do believe that's it in here. I do have a couple more pair in the smaller box. Nope. Down in this drawer. Again, less than $10 for these. You see the size of these things. You know, probably 12, 13 inches long. So that's all the Orbis pliers I got. My vices, I do think since my last Vise video, I picked up this older 3-inch Yoast. Cleaned her up. So, there's all the vices. Of course, the gun safe, that was just my last video. So if you remember the DeWalt shelf unit that I had here, had the drill press on it and grinder. I kind of went nuts. That was something else I went crazy with over the summer. And I started buying old drill presses and old belt drive grinders. So I'll show you my main one now. This is the Delta DP220. It is a floor standing unit. I paid $70 for this thing. And here is the serial plate, and I did look it up. There's another website, Vintage Woodworking Machinery or Vintage Machinery, where you can look up the serial numbers. And this drill press is from 1946. It actually has a Powercraft branded half horsepower motor on it. And there you can see it's 4 speeds. Of course, it had a lot when I bought it. It had a lot of surface rust on the main column here, and then I did repaint the base plate and work table. I was trying to find something. You can see the head. I didn't repaint it. I would call it a darker gray. I tried this Rust-Oleum paint. You know, I was trying to match this darker gray. But hey, I don't care, you know, if the paint, you know, it's not a museum piece. This is my main working drill press. There is the motor. Powercraft was Montgomery Ward's house brand. You know, like Sears Craftsman. Montgomery Ward's was Powercraft. I put a new belt on it. And that, you know, for $70, I'm very happy with it. And then another one I got was this. I'm not going to pull it out of the mess I got it in now. This is an old Walker Turner DP7. I paid $30 for this one. Still don't know what it has. A repair in the head casting. It's actually on the other side. But I think I'm just going to part this one out. I've seen just these switches alone right here. I've seen these. People are trying to sell these on eBay for $100 just for this. And this one kind of has a unique motor on it. Of course, it's on the wrong side too. And the motor has a switch on the other side. It says normal power and super power. And what that translates to is a third up to a half horsepower. It does not change the spindle speed. It's just the power output of the motor. I guess it has dual windings in it. And I believe this motor, I think it was first originally available in 1937. Again, I paid $30 for that thing. So it's definitely worth more in parts than it is as a complete drill press. And one more that I have in here I'll show you. This is a Burt company. I believe this one to be from 1913. How you like that? Leather belt. That's what drives this. It's 2 speeds. Here's the motor. I don't know if you can read that plate or not. This is just the way I bought it. Paid $30 for this one too. We'll show you. It is loud, but it does work. I'll give you a quick demonstration of that. See, it does work. And how I'd mentioned earlier that my grinders, I don't have any of them in here, so I'll pass on that. But been switching to belt drive grinders. Another motor I found very cheap. And if you look at the brand there, a Timken electric motor. I have no idea what year that's from. Of course, Timken mainly known for bearings. There's a Timken silent automatic heat electric motor. I'm sure I'll probably hook this up to some grinder at some point. I guess another thing, the Cobalt power tool station, this is no longer available from Lowe's. You know, maybe they'll release it as a Craftsman later on, but I get a lot of hate on the specific video I have on this that it's no longer available, and no one can find any information out about it any longer. So these were a great deal at $100. Still very happy with it. But no longer available. There's some guy on Amazon that kind of copied this in wood, and I would assume that he doesn't ship them for free though. But you know, if you gotta have something just like this, there is someone making them and selling them on Amazon, or it might be eBay. I don't remember. If you have a table saw, you know, I think you could make one yourself fairly easily. So I guess that's about it. Still got my Bison Bile as my main shop vise. So my daughter turned 15 this year, and she's into firearms now, so that's a lot of the stuff you see sitting around. Oh, I would like to give a shout out to this Bow Shield T9. This stuff's like $18 a can, And I was using some recently, and it got one quick burst out of it, and then boom, nothing else would come out of the can. So I actually emailed the company. They're up out of Michigan, and they sent me 2 replacement cans plus this little drip bottle. I love this stuff. And no questions asked. I mean, they showed up the next day. The company's out of Michigan. I'm in Ohio. And with the can that wasn't opened, I cut the bottom off of it with my oil filter cutter and put it in this WD-40 bottle. So that's what's been going on for the past 6 months. And again, sorry, this toolbox is no longer available. And that'll probably be the last video I get out this year. I'm recording this, I guess it's December 24th, 2018, Christmas Eve morning. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Thanks for watching.